Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Hi if you're new, and hi if you are not new. I don't know why this intro is so hard to make. I'm just gonna be myself and just be real. Today I'm coming to you with a tumbler that is geared towards Valentine's Day, but I believe that it will sell all year round. Who doesn't like the beach? So just stay tuned if you would like to see me make this tumbler, and if you feel like at the end of the video you would like to hit the like button, or if you're not a subscriber, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, feel free. Alright guys, well, I am not going to record another intro, so let me take a sip of my coffee and let's go ahead and jump into the video. Bye guys. Alright you guys, so my tumbler, I had already spray painted it. It's been raining like crazy here. So when it finally stopped raining, I ran outside and just quickly spray painted my tumbler. I used a nude color for the sand, not your average color in the middle for water, but I did use vintage blush, I believe is what it's called, for the water. And then for the sky, I used the dark blue and a burst of yellow. Okay, so let's speed this up. I am going in with the heavy coat of epoxy. We are going to be needing the epoxy to be flowing like water in this tumbler. So I went in with the heavy hand of epoxy. I do save a little of epoxy at the end. I mix in some white acrylic paint with my epoxy, just enough. You can see briefly, it's kind of sheer. I just put very, very little white in there. I just wanted there to be more dimension in the water as it starts flowing. So this is kind of simulating water, waves, and clouds in the sky. And as you can see, I'm just letting the tumbler spin, and I'm keeping the white towards the top of the tumbler, not so much on the sand part, if that makes any sense. But there's no rhyme or reason to this. I just want to make sure that I just keep the white towards the middle and top of the tumbler. As you can see here, I'm showing you, you kind of want to leave like an angle of where not to get the white. And I go ahead and put in just a little bit more white acrylic paint. I want it to be a darker shade of white as opposed to what I was using before. And I'm just letting my tumbler just go and trying to get the effect of what waves would look like. Going in with wavy motions. You'll see here kind of like, oof, yeah. But luckily, there are only happy accidents. So I will make that work. Now I didn't want to go too heavy-handed with this white. I'm just going to see how it starts to flow whenever I put the heat on it, and if I need more, I can put more. You can never take it away. Alright, so now I'm going in with my heat gun, and I'm kind of just getting the first layer of epoxy heated up to start flowing. So I'm just trying to heat up the base epoxy that I first put on, the heavy epoxy coat that I put on, and now I'm going in with my heat gun to kind of sway and spread and move the waves. You have to be very careful at this point with how much heat you use. We are using acrylic paint, so if you happen to get too close to the acrylic paint, or if you add too much heat to it, you will burn it, and it'll look really bad. So just keep that in mind. And you could already see with that little amount of heat that I put on already, it's already making the epoxy flow. I got really lucky. I got really heavy-handed with the heat gun during this process, and I got really lucky with not burning the acrylic paint that is mixed with the epoxy. Now you can see here I am using the heat gun to push the waves upward and kind of get them going away from the sandy part. And just look how it's flowing already. I believe I do put the heat gun down eventually. I keep telling you not to add too much heat. But I do put it down and I let this tumbler spin for a little bit. And I think I did go in again with the heat gun in some certain areas. But for the most part, I like the outcome already. Epoxy is self-leveling, so it's going to keep trying to level itself out. And what the epoxy does mixed with the acrylic paint is it makes these beautiful looking waves. So just put the heat gun down. See what it does with the heat that you added already. If you need more in certain areas, then go in with more. Yeah, so I guess the top of the tumbler was not moving as much as I wanted. So I just went back in just specifically up on the top, just to kind of get that epoxy flowing, get the waves moving out that way. It looks so pretty already. Look at it, just moving. The epoxy is just going to keep spinning, having a swirl effect until it starts drying and curing. I want my waves to stay more towards the upper top or the upper half of my tumbler. So you see here, I'm just kind of trying to move the epoxy and the paint. I'm just in awe with how it looks in fast motion. But for the most part, I believe I do put the heat gun down eventually. Dang. And I just let it do its thing. I go ahead and let this tumbler spin overnight. I printed out a decal and I put another layer of epoxy on, and here she is in all her glory. So freaking gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It says, "Take me to the beach and let's fall in love." So cheesy, right? And the cool part about this is that no tumbler is going to be the same. So let's see what you create and try your hand at it. Alrighty guys, well, thank you for watching. This tumbler came out so pretty. I can't even believe it. But if you would like to see more from me, just hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the notification bell, so that way you will get notified when another video comes up. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye guys.